Back at Greenbrier. It's Thursday. Check my watch. It's the 22nd of June. So we're only a couple of weeks away from our family reunion. So come down to mow, try to get a couple small jobs done. Let there be light, and there was light. You've probably seen this picture before, just in the side, but this is who started our cabin. That's my mother and father. They've been gone now for about 46 years. You can see the pollen has rolled up even more. I didn't get it done last week. Yeah. We're still working well. Got the retiree with me to help with the grass. Check on the water pressure after the fiasco last week of changing out the pipe. About 46, 47 pounds. There we go. And nice and dry. And you notice I can open the door all the way. Unlock the bathrooms. Well, I need to turn the pump on. I did. Open up the bathrooms. I like to flush each toilet and start getting the water moving. I need to always check this. Yep. That toilet has a tendency to run. I think I'm going to start by getting up the picking up the netting so we can mow under it, and I'm then going to do weed eating first. Need to clean the floor in here. A bit dead bugs. I'm going to turn the water on in the lodge in the kitchen. Let it run through. See the pollen on the lake. Set my foot on this so I can get it up. And I'm going to turn you off so I can fold this up, and then we'll get started. I don't see any more damage. going to plant another iris in here between the daylilies. And just to show you, we had this filled in with bricks and then filled it in, then put dirt on top of them. So anytime we dig, we're digging bricks out of here. So I need to get this one out so that we can have some soil for the, you can hear the bricks that I hit down there. There's some more there. It's amazing any of these flowers grow. And I'll put that, break it up, put it down there. Okay, I need to grab my shovel. What I've got planned is to, I found some cheap cone flowers, and I thought I would plant them back here in the back, just on the edge of the weeds where there's decent sunlight for several hours a day. You can see I've got the back mowed. Got more of those yellow flowers. They look like daisies, but I guess they're called prairie coropsis, something like that. I've got more of them back here where I'm going to plant these cone flowers. I've already mowed this back, mowed where we park, the extra parking. But I thought I'd do, there's that baby's breath, something like that. But right in here, I'm going to dig up with, it's a plains or prairie coropsis, something like that. And then we've got some California poppies that are coming up. So there are the cone flowers. Nice and third the price of what the big ones were. They got plenty of buds on them, so maybe they'll bloom. We can get the bees on them and get some procreation for next year. Try to find a level spot here that this won't fall over. There we go. Does that stay? Nope. Thing is downhill this one way. There we go. Hopefully that works. I'm just going to put them in here where nothing appears, nothing has come up. Wonderful clay. Wonder anything but weeds grow. I'll get these planted and then I'll bring a bucket of water back here and water them before we leave. It's been really dry around here. One there. Put one here. Getting some root on that one side. tile. Another piece of tile. Be interested in a couple weeks, see if these are blooming or dead. That's that bottom. Finger along the roots a little bit, break them, some of these on the bottom, keep them free. Just enough. Hopefully they can wander into the grass or the dirt that's under there. There you go. You got some sunshine there. Well, the next job I want to do, I put this ladder here, but I've purchased the ultimate ladder hanger, according to the box, and no one ever lies on their advertising, but it is pretty sturdy. It will go on like this. I'll add this angle iron. What I'm going to do is, I had the step stool over here, but since it's used more often than the ladder, I'm going to try to move the ladder over there. I think there's enough room. It is going to be close, but I'm going to put this up there. If there's not enough room, then I guess we'll put the step stool back up there. Speaking of which, I'm going to be able to use for this. I had the wrong bit, of course, so hopefully this bit works. It's a tight fit. Keep forgetting that's got a tray in it. I might as well screws I took out of here. Going to try to lift it from here, but I don't want to be leaned over that much. I've got a toolbox down there for plumbing. I've got my toolboxes spread out. I got one for electrical, one for plumbing, one for just carpentry, and one has extra electrical conduits and stuff like that in it. Now let's see if I can actually get this over there. No, I do not think it's going to fit unless I turn it over. Well, let's try turning it over and see what happens. I need to get this clamp out of here. So yes, everything is a tight fit. Is heavy. So there's the leg extensions out. Let me see if I get this one to fit first. I don't know that it's going to fit behind those shelving. Oh, what's the persuader doing over there? Tight. There we go. Fits like that. I'm going to take a break and come back and do the other. Well, I had a nice lunch. The retiree fixed for me. I've got the step ladder set back up. I'm going to take these screws out and put the other hanger that I bought up there for the step ladder. Turning it around worked out pretty well. Trouble is, well, I'll give you an idea. I'll show you here in a minute what the trouble is. And I'm going from a Hicks back to a Phillips. So now I need to change the driver again. There it is. Bit was a little too small for these, but I got them out. Change the bit out again. And use the hex to hold this up. Let's see if I can find the one that dropped on the floor. Here it is. Actually, I'm going to change my mind here. I'm going to put it in the hole just to the left of it. Battery's running down, but it doesn't make any difference because we're done. Very good. It works. And actually, I think I want to turn it around. It's got a bigger lip on the front of it, I think. Well, at least we try and see. Yeah, that works better. The way it's flat up against here. And that's it. But I'll show you what I was going to say. If you look down here, this is only 5 feet wide by 6 feet, I believe. We've got shelves for pantry goods on the right side, cleaning supplies. And then I have all the supplies that I try to keep down here for I might need. The more we get done, the less I'm going to need. But that's my toolbox for plumbing. And we've got some stuff to keep in here against the electrical box. And you can see there's not a lot of room. Brooms are kept back here, hanging. But there's just a lot of stuff. We probably could get rid of some of it eventually, but it's 15 minutes into Sullivan from here. And they do not have a good, they got a Walmart, but no hardware store anymore. It's 15 minutes into Linton, and it's a half an hour into Terre Haute. So if we go into Terre Haute, it's going to be over an hour trip. So when I'm working on things, I like to have stuff at hand to finish the project so I don't have to make a lot of runs into Terre Haute. And that's that project. On to the next. Well, the only other job that I'm thinking of doing, I brought a decking board here, even though we're going to redeck everything. I think we've got a broken board out here. That one does not look very good. And actually, that one's not real good, but I think they'll last until I can come back to them. The kundu is gone because the retiree got it cleaned up. I think actually I can leave that for right now. I had to replace this one in a video last fall, but I am going to leave it. See, I got two gray Trex boards here. I got one brown Trex board. I use those to just test what we want. So I think I'm going to leave the board here sitting on the seats, and I think that's my last project other than trying to get the weed eater to start again. I'm not going to put a lot of effort into it, but I was able to get down here and mow some, so it's not as bad as what it had been. But while I'm out here, I might as well put the netting back down. Yeah, I was just asked if I was going to weed eat. I guess this shows the confidence I have in getting it started. I don't think it's going to start, so if it does, it's not that big a deal to lift these back up, or just to hold the weed eater over the top of the netting. What I was wanting to get is the grass that's along the limestone blocks we put out there. You can see how many bricks are there. See something yellow down in there. Almost looks like an oil can or something. I don't know what that is down there. There we go. You can see the property line. Once I had a couple years ago, right before we built the new place, I had a surveyor come out and survey the property to make sure we had a good idea of where everything was, but I wanted to make sure exactly. I'll take this brick now from where we planted, and I shall throw it out there with the rest of them. This is a concrete step that came off the old cabin, and my dad must have done one hell of a job, because I've taken a sledgehammer to it several times and I cannot get it to break up. You can see the retiree has mowed. It looks awful nice. She burned off the limbs that I'd cut a couple weeks ago. It's got the seats back out. So I think I'm going to start locking up. Won't be gone here for long. Nope, filling up a gallon bucket. Gonna take it to the back and water the two plants back here. bucket out. Don't know what was in it. Go. Retiree took some weed spray and sprayed some of the weeds here in the driveway. For next year I put in maybe not even next year, but I put in a budget for a couple loads of rock. I like to get the kind that has the dust in it, the rock dust. Provide a little thicker layer. Perhaps that'll help kill the weeds coming up in it. Yeah, I believe that's baby's breath. A little water on this one. A little water on that one. A little more water on this one. And a little more water on that one. And that should hold it for a week. Be nice to have. Our neighbor spoiled me. When we first redid this back, he put a patch of wildflowers on the edge of the hill there, and he had a nice 4x6 patch of wildflowers. It just was really pretty. It was really pretty, and ever since I've been wanting to try to get some wildflowers going back here, some perennials, so that they'll keep coming back up. We've got a few things coming up, but oh, that's a nice little pretty one. I don't know what that is, but it's dead now. There's some more right down in here. Some more little white flowers down there. I think they're called prairie something. I don't know what it is. Oh, that's a red leaf. This stuff all has buds on it, but I don't see it. I think a lot of it is Queen Anne's lace. That tree right there, the bush, I'm taking it down in the fall. I don't know what it is. I do know there was a raspberry bush under it. This has got the best flowers so far. They're growing down here on the hillside. Got the grass mowed, the ditch mowed. That'll drive you crazy. Need to get another bucket full and get the iris out there. If any more of those flowers die, I think we need to find that more of that light yellow daylily. Those things really look nice.
I did it.
You did? Okay, thank you. So, show you one other thing while I'm got the camera on and I'm over on this side. You know, we've done that fascia board twice now with because of the woodpecker damage. And you can see even still, after the second treatment, it has shrunk and sunk in some. So in the fall, I'll fill it up again one more time before I take and sand it down and lacquer it, stain it, and then lacquer it. Look how clean the pavilion is now. The retiree came out and swept it, got all the pollen up. There we go. Now, this flush bowl toilets, lock the doors. Waiting for the pump to shut off. Just slightly more than 50 pounds. One thing I wanted to point out, remember we changed that filter last week and put a little bit of bleach in it, but I see a little dirt in it, but that's pretty clean. At least there's no mold starting, or mildew, whatever it is. Lock the door. Well, yep, made sure the pump is off. Lock the door. The SUV is running with the air conditioning for the retiree, and that's a wrap. Until next time, take care of yourself, enjoy yourself, but stay safe.